Hi there, I am Tanya Windecker and I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. But I want to talk today about how trauma and abuse and that can affect or impact our self-belief. You know, is it for real? Does it really? Is it lasting? Is it permanent? You know, there is days where I just felt this deep despair. I just totally gave up on myself. I couldn't believe that there was a better future possible for me. You know, I just thought I was this hopeless person, and it's this deep despair. And I spent days and weeks and months in this state, and it's a horrible state. It's even knowing I go numb, but it's also very painful. So it's almost like, I know it's almost contradicting, but it's so hard to explain what that state feels like when you no longer believe in yourself, when you no longer believe in your capabilities. And we often forget that, you know, if your trauma has been in childhood as well as for me, I often forget that I wasn't the person that I am now. So I actually have to go past schools and stuff and look at kids that are the age that I was when it started happening for me, to realize it's like, oh, I would never expect this little child to protect herself or himself. You know, I wouldn't expect that. I know that this child doesn't have the capability, doesn't have the mental development yet to actually do that. So I have to put myself back into perspective, really, to recognize, okay, even so I didn't have that capacity back then, I still got through. I got through the abuse. So how can I now not have self-belief? If I made it through these traumatic things, I should have tremendous self-belief, really, being really proud of myself getting through those phases. But I don't. And I think that's the thing with trauma and abuse. It kind of shed us not just the self-belief, but it's just the worthiness of ourselves and all. And I know, or I really want you to recognize that they are beliefs or perspectives. So they're not actually facts. So if that's not a fact, we can change it. You know, and I've done so much work, and because I have complex PTSD, so everything around it is really, really complex. And if you're like me, you know, I'm really trying hard to eat healthy, you know, cut out energy drinks that give me spikes and make things even more unsettling for myself. I exercise, I journal, I meditate, therapy session, workshop, reading books, and so forth. It's a constant trying to really help myself to manage my condition better. And still there are times where I would wake up in the morning and I'm wiped out. And there's zero reason for it. I cannot think of anything why. You know, the day before I was happy and things were going quite well, and I was okay. And then I wake up feeling this deep despair, thinking that I'm never going to get anywhere, and I don't know where it comes from. You know, and they are the real hard days when you don't even know where it is coming from, when you're working so hard on it. It's really soul destroying when that happens. But it happens again and again, and sometimes I get stuck in it for days on end, for weeks. But I always got back out of it. I just keep forgetting that fact. You know, I got back out of it. And then things went better again for a while. And then I slipped. And then I got myself back out of it again and again and again. So really, we can get out of it. We can change our perception and move forward, you know. So and you can too. I know you can. You know, you're here, you're watching videos on PTSD to learn and work out how to manage your condition better. And it's complex, you know, it affects every aspect of our life, complex PTSD. You know, it affects our physical, the body, the way our neuronal pathways are formed, the patterns, the chemical imbalances. and all the pains we feel in different areas, how it affects our digestive system. You know, so many of us have irritable bowel syndromes or allergies and things like that. You know, it affects our emotions, you know, our ability to regulate emotions, how we relate to other people, how we can trust people, how we can form trusting, meaningful, loving, caring friendships and relationships, how we see the world. So it affects everything about us. But the thing is, if you know, those people out there, like a Viktor Frankl, like a Dave Belzer, like Pete Walker, or Somali Man, even Nelson Mandela, all these people who went through extraordinary hardships, and they kept pulling themselves out, keep on trying to live and create meaningful lives for themselves. And they did so not just for themselves, they actually helped others, they were of service to other people as well, and had a huge impact on their lives. So if it's possible for these guys to move on and still believe in themselves, so can we. Okay, we can start brainwash ourselves with things. Okay, I am strong. I can work things out. I can figure things out for myself. I have the capacity and the capabilities to try new things and work on things and start believing and really trusting that a better future for you is possible. You know, if we give all this a try and we keep reminding ourselves and brainwashing and getting rid of those old beliefs, it'll strengthen us in those difficult times when we have, it will still happen that we have those slip-ups over and over, but remember, we always got back up, so it shows that we have tremendous inner strength, okay, and a brave heart. So with that, I'm sending you lots and lots of love and rainbows, as always. Bye for now.